Welcome to This Week in West Hempstead, sponsored this week by Creative Corner. Here are your hosts, David and Norm.
Thanks, Dan, and welcome, Norm. How's it going?
Everything's under control so far.
Yeah, and the heat broke, and that was rough for a couple of days.
Murder across the country, murder.
Yeah, I don't care about the country. I care about my electric bill, and I'm just really not looking forward to seeing it.
It's going to be brutal this month.
Yeah, well, it's a good thing I do average into pricing. So no particular month is really going to put me in a state of shock. Also, I guess on the flip side, we are seeing some gas prices coming down around town. And, we like to talk about gas right up front, and there's nothing to do with dinner from last night. If you go to our website, and you can see that there's a picture of the Speedway, which the Speedway's on Hempstead Turnpike.
Just across the street from Stop and Shop, yeah.
Correct. And prices this morning, $4.15, which
I've seen $4.13 already, and it's dropping. I think we're going to see close to $4 in the next few weeks.
Yeah, and Norm, your favorite thing, diesel, is down to $5.89. I mean,
I wish I had my truck. What am I going to do?
Get ready to start her up. And listen, I don't buy gas outside of anywhere but Costco. And from what I heard, Costco, which is in Oceanside, not in West Hempstead, prices are $3.99. So we're definitely seeing a downward trend, which we're really looking forward to.
If you're like me and your home heating is by oil, I'm keeping a very close eye on it because last year I managed to lock in an annual contract price that saved me quite a bit of money by doing it when I did. So we're keeping an eye on it.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Home heating, even though it's 90 degrees outside, we got to start thinking about the winter time. And if the war in Ukraine keeps up, who knows where we're going to be.
Yeah, it's a problem. I'm just happy I'm not paying $100 to fill up my Jeep anymore.
We're all happy about that.
That was a shocker.
Yeah, it's speaking of shockers. So this morning, or around noon, I wanted to go to Halls Pond, basically to take a couple of pictures of the continuing, what I call the pollution crisis in Halls Pond, because really for the last 20 years, that park has really never been cleaned in a substantial kind of way.
They come in, they clean it, and then 2 days later, there's more debris in it, and it's not maintained.
Yeah, and we're going to talk a few minutes about a program that's going to be taking place this week for the cleanup. But I'm driving down Nassau Boulevard. I parked the car across the street, right by Washington Street on Nassau Boulevard. I have my iced coffee, which I just got from Dunkin' Donuts, my favorite Dunkin' Donuts on Hempstead Turnpike and South Cherry Valley Road. Give a shout out to them. Thank you very much. It was really great. And I'm starting to drink my coffee. And lo and behold, it's like all of a sudden, like biker gangs all over the place.
15-year-old.
I don't even know how old. I mean, and really, I'm gonna tell you exactly what I saw. There was two groups. One group came down Washington Street. It was about 7 or 8 of them. No one had helmets. They turned down Nassau Boulevard. One thing that I did notice that was kind of frightening to me is that there was a child who looked like certainly under 10 years old, sitting, behind someone, no license plates on anything.
Right.
And again, I think people would classify these as dirt bikes, but these weren't like your typical little 50cc dirt bikes. These were, pretty big,
just sort of next step over from a motorcycle, essentially.
I think these are probably street legal types of bikes. I mean, they look pretty big, and they were certainly pretty loud. So they come, and then they go down the block. Then this second group comes, almost the same size, no helmets, and in this case, they just go across from Washington Street, right across Nassau Boulevard, right down the asphalt path of Halls Pond. And I'm like drinking my coffee going, holy crap, what did I just see? It's literally right in front of me.
It's dangerous. I mean, that's a thin path. There isn't a lot of room there. And if you get hit by one of those bikes, it's a hospitalization.
It was unbelievable. And, if you go to our website, you'll see a picture of this. I got so, honestly, I was a little bit shook up. And by the time I got to my phone and got the camera, ready to take a picture, these bikers were already down the path and they were going up, that little footbridge.
Yeah.
And then they started to circle around the bridge, circle around the park. And I'm like, just saying to myself, God forbid someone is pushing a stroller or a biker,
and there's kids playing around that park, and the playground is right over there.
There's the PAL, campgrounds right behind it. I mean, there's tons of kids who are all over the place. They do a victory lap around the park, and then they go right out through the side, kind of like right onto Hempstead Avenue where CVS is. It was like in a blink.
Yeah, it's a recipe for disaster.
And I'm just shocked that I was actually able to capture the picture. You can see one biker here, and then you see another motorcycle here, and actually the third one is over here, but it's kind of hard to make out. But I think this is pretty serious. So of course I wanted to call into the Nassau County Police Department, and I didn't even know what to tell them. But you don't. I don't see things like this all the time. They weren't surprised. There was really nothing that could be done because they're not licensed. They weren't caught in the act. They could have been in in Suffolk County by the time that we reached them. And they said, yeah, this is pretty common. There's not a lot you can do about it. And,
I've seen them on my block as well. They go up and down the block a few times and then they disappear. Yeah, you're right. There's not much we can do about it unless the patrol car happens to be in the area. I'm just concerned for those kids on the bikes. I mean, I've got to imagine that those accidents happen.
Yeah, you know what? Talk to anyone who's a nurse or a doctor in an emergency room, and they'll tell you that emergency rooms fill up with candidates like this. It's they put themselves at risk and they put other people at risk.
This is the parents. I mean, there's just no supervision. These poor kids, if they at least had helmets on, they'd have half a chance of surviving. But I think if they go down at 20 miles an hour, 30 miles an hour on a dirt bike, they're in trouble. On asphalt?
It really shook me up. And then, so getting back to the reason why I came to the park, which is to take pictures of the pollution and to continue building up the story. We've covered stories of it being dredged and the ongoing pollution, but it really doesn't seem to get better. I think this Sunday there's something going on.
This Sunday there's a group coming down between 10 and 12. They do this several times a year. Volunteers come. Plastic bags are provided. All you have to do is just spend an hour or so with your kids. Come down, pick up some trash, pick up some bottles that are left around, help us clean up the park. And the place looks great at the end, and I think the Parks Department comes and picks up the bags the next day.
Yeah, and I think it's really important to make sure that you get the bags from the organization, that you're wearing gloves. God knows what's out there, and
that's a good point.
Let's not get into it. We're not talking about getting into the water and dredging that filthy, disgusting slime that we call a pond. We're really talking about the bottles and cans and all the miscellaneous garbage that a lot of people, they're just going down Nassau Boulevard, at 60 miles an hour and throwing their crap out the window.
A lot of stuff blows into the park as well. So listen, if you can spend 20 minutes with your kids, come down if it's a nice day, spend a few minutes cleaning up the park. It's our park. It's our home.
We don't have any information right now on the organization. I know it's been mentioned in a couple of the
We've seen it in a couple of Facebook groups. If we can find something, we'll put it on our own Facebook page to link to it. It's possible this is being organized by the Young Israel of West Hempstead. We haven't quite sorted that out yet. So.
I don't think it really matters. If you can just show up, I'm sure there'll be a plastic bag for you to use, and it'll be appreciated by the community.
Or bring your own, and they'll be happy to have other places to put the garbage.
Yeah, it's really worthwhile. I realize it's an ongoing issue, with Halls Pond, but let's
do what we can anyway. Yeah,
I'm getting frustrated. I'm still shooken up by those bikers. Anyway, you know what?
We got more things happening there.
Yeah, there's a community yard sale that's going to be taking place September 18th, and it's going to. It's being sponsored by the West Hempstead Community Support Association. You can get a link to the flyer on the westhempsteadecho.com website, and it's going to be in the parking field behind the library. It should be an exciting event.
It should be a great event. And if you have stuff that you want to sell, you can get a table for yourself, $25 per family. Sell your miscellaneous stuff.
Sell your crap. I mean, you know what? Everyone in their garage has got a bunch of stuff that's probably worth more than $25.
And if you don't have enough stuff, come to my house. I'll give you some of my stuff you can sell. Everyone's got stuff to sell. But more importantly, the West Hempstead Community Support Association is a great group. This is a group. They're literally our mayor. We don't have a mayor. Nobody speaks up for us. This is the group that's there for us, for zoning, for any kind of rules and regulations that the town is trying to put out, stores that are trying to open, permits that are needed. There are voices. So come down, support them, get a table. The money goes to a good organization.
You know, I thought Mike Siegel was the mayor of West Hempstead. No,
he thinks he's the mayor of West Hempstead.
Oh,
don't tell him he's not.
All right. And, you know, just moving right along, one of the great things about West Hempstead and all of Nassau County is the fact there are so many great events and so many things to do outdoors, and whether it's going to Jones Beach or one of the Hempstead beaches. And Norm, what do we got going on?
So every Wednesday night, there's something doing in Long Beach on the beach, and you know, we try and bring that to everybody's attention. It's a great place to go, watch the waves, watch the music, listen to the music, and have a great time. At Lakeside in Eisenhower Park, Clifford the Big Red Dog is being shown on Thursday on the 28th, and the Beach Boys tonight at Grand Park.
Wow, the Beach Boys are going to be here.
The Beach Boy.
Now, is there a boy
this is a tribute band? But I actually went to a real Beach Boy concert. There's one Beach Boy left. I don't know. He could barely sing.
Yeah, no, you know what? I think I've been to that same concert, and I think he came out on a walker.
I think the tribute band will probably be better.
Yeah.
No, I'll call it one more. I think also Joan Jett and the Blackhearts are actually going to be at Eisenhower Park Saturday night.
Saturday night, yeah. I think it starts at 8 or
8
9,
p.m. I
8
think
p.m.
sounds right.
That's really exciting. I hear that being promoted all the time on the local radio stations, and you know, shout out to Nassau County for you know, and Blakeman for putting this together.
Yeah, there's always something doing for you, your kids, movies, music. It's a fabulous summer.
Yeah, so you know, head out to Eisenhower Park, visit one of the events, go to the drive-in and see Clifford the dog, or you know, whatever that is, and enjoy yourself. It's a great time, summertime in Nassau County. Couldn't be any better.
And get ready for the yard sale in September.
Yeah, start organizing your crap. And again, if you have any issues, talk to Norm. I think that's going to wrap it up for today. And Norm, we'll pick it up again next week. Thank you so much.
Enjoy the summer.
Thanks for watching, everyone. As always, if you'd like to sponsor this or our other shows, reach out to us at sales@westhempsteadecho.com.